Who'd like to go first? So you can go.
The position you are after this match and going into Monday's game, are you happy with the position you are? You are still third and you are below net run rate India. So how do you see yourself going in your final game against Pakistan?
Oh, look, I think we're really pleased with the position we're in. I think if you'd have asked us at the start of the tournament that we've got, I guess, fate in our own hands in terms of whether we progress through to the semi-finals. So I guess we're really fortunate as well that we play last in our pool, so we know exactly where the situation will lie before we play the game. So for us, it's simple. We now reflect and review, and we'll watch the game tomorrow, obviously, with a lot of interest. But hopefully our Aussie mates can do us a favour and have a win against India.
Kalyani and then Purnima.
Just a quick question before the better one. Who is your favourite captain you played under?
Yeah, fair question, actually. Oh, geez, I've played under a fair few. Oh, look, I love playing under Suze. I learn a lot from her, and she's a great mate. So I'll say her.
Yeah, absolutely. And a great win today. As you said, the fate is still in your hands. But is there, from the performance that happened today, from all, especially with Georgia, it was good. But what are the concerns there against Pakistan? The Pakistan haven't had the results they would have wanted. It's still a hurting side as we speak. So what are your expectations from your team, and what are the areas you would still like to look after?
Yeah, I think that's the thing about cricket is we had the win today, but there's still so many areas of improvement that we can focus on. So for us, I think Lee outlined it. I think we probably missed the stumps a bit too wide today, and we got punished. I think fielding at times, we probably missed a couple of opportunities here and there. But for us, that's really exciting. I think we'd be more concerned if we thought that we were perfect. So, and you're right, Pakistan are in a really dangerous position in terms of that they've got a lot to play for in terms of pride, and obviously with Fatima Sana, regards to her family for their loss, wanting to play for her. At World Cup games, you don't need any more motivation to get up for that. So we certainly know, I guess, it's going to be a big ask, and I guess our focus will be on us and making sure that we're focusing on how we want to play moving forward.
Hi, Sophie. Congratulations on the win. Like you mentioned, your fate is in your hands, and it remains so until your last game. Was there ever a temptation today to maybe get ahead on net run rate, or did you leave that for like the last game because you know that you're playing last in this group?
Yeah, look, I think if you get too focused on that, I've seen it so many times in different competitions and different leagues where if you start focusing on those little things like net run rates, I've seen teams lose games completely when they're in a position to win. So cricket has a funny way of biting you in the bum if you don't give it the respect it deserves. So for us, we wanted to make sure that we won the game today, and we still did it comprehensively with a couple of overs to spare and wickets in hand. So again, like I mentioned, we're in a really good position where we know exactly where our pool's going to lie before our last game, and if we have to go about things slightly differently, we've got the options to do that with a squad that's really flexible, that we've got an order that can change, and we've got a lot of spinners, a lot of bowlers that can come in and out of the side and do a job.
Any other? Yes.
Hi, Sophie. All the best for the Pakistan game, firstly. Can you just take me through, as a leader, what the emotions of the group are like? Because you all started with like a really great win, and against Australia we had that loss, and then you're back again. So just in terms of managing nerves or excitement, or for a little bit of aggression from someone who just wants to go out there and just set the record straight, even if it's their performance or the team's performance, how do you manage that as a leadership group?
I think it's very Kiwi in nature that we stay pretty placid, pretty calm, and that's certainly probably a message to the group that we don't want to ride the highs and lows of cricket, because if you're doing that, it's going to be an emotional roller coaster, and you can exhaust yourself, especially in World Cup events, and living on the emotions day to day can be pretty draining. So we've spoken a lot about being really calm and level in this group, and everyone's going to do that slightly differently, and I think that's something that's really important in this group, is how people manage their nerves, how people get up for games, how they get excited. That's going to be really individual, and we allow people to do that however they feel necessary. So whether it's singing on the bus or people putting on headphones and just having a bit of quiet time, I think it's really important that people feel that they can do what's necessary for them. So yeah, I think for me as a leader, it's pretty easy. I just sort of let the girls do what they want, which is a bit dangerous at times, but they're a great bunch.
Is there time for one more?
Yeah.
Is there going to be a watch party tomorrow for India-Australia?
Yeah, potentially. I don't know. We were scheduled to have a training at the same time, but yeah, I think a few of us might be donning an Australian shirt and, cheering them on a little bit. But look, we know it's going to be a great game. They're two fierce competitors and two quality sides. So at the end of the day, you just hope that it's a good game of cricket and that Australia win.
In terms of the previous World Cup to this World Cup, we've seen overall all over women's cricket, we've seen a lot of progress with many sides coming up and competing with each other, and there has been that battle where this World Cup was supposed to be the competition where there's no clear winner, and there was supposed to be a lot of aji-baji till who gets to the semi-final. But given the conditions, is there anything which is not? We've seen a lot of run pest before. There are low-scoring matches also. The chat has been about that this World Cup is not a showcase of what we have achieved over the last 1.5 years, especially in women's cricket. Do you look at it that way, or as a captain of a side, the winning the matches takes precedence before probably showing out what kind of progress we've made?
It's a great question. And to answer it's quite difficult because absolutely you're always wanting to put the best product on show for people. You're wanting to attract new audiences, you want new fans to come to the game, and to do that everyone wants to see boundaries and sixes and wickets and high run scoring and things like that. But that's cricket, and that's the beauty of playing a global game, is you're going to play in conditions that are different every country you go to, and this tournament is no different. Obviously, from the last World Cup in South Africa to the pitches there to the pitches here, and it's about adapting, and I think it shows a different side to the women's game that, we obviously, I think we're certainly getting there in terms of the power element, but you saw it, I guess, in the men's T20 World Cup in India and West Indies, is, these lower scores, it's sort of fluctuates between tournaments and venues and things like that, and that's what makes it interesting, isn't it? Because, as you say, this is still a really competitive tournament, and I think the conditions have actually brought everyone a lot closer together because, no one really feels at home playing on slow, low wickets. But, I think it's a great challenge, and I know we've said it, I know a lot of other teams have said it as well, that the team that can adapt and adjust best to these conditions and be able to execute are probably going to be the team that wins this World Cup.
Is that it? Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you. Go Australia.